Cone versus flat bottom drippers, what really matters in your brew. Today we're diving into a topic that's been brewing for a while. Cone versus flat bottom drippers. What's the real difference? Is it just aesthetic, or does the shape of your brewer actually change the flavor in the cup? Let's break it down with some real insights and a few solid takeaways for your next brew. First, what is bypass and why does it matter? Alright, let's start with a word you've probably heard tossed around. Bypass. In short, bypass is when water flows around your coffee bed instead of through it. That means not all your grounds are being extracted equally, and that's not ideal. So what causes bypass? In cone drippers like the V60, the spiral ridges lift the filter off the wall just enough to create little gaps. And those gaps, that's where water snakes through. Bypass. Extraction in cone versus flat bottom. Now let's talk about extraction patterns. Cone drippers like the Hario V60 or Timor tend to focus flow through the center of the bed. So your middle grounds are doing more of the work while the edges might be slacking off. But vertically, from top to bottom, it's actually quite even. Gravity does its job. In contrast, flat bottom drippers, think like Kalita Wave or Orea, have a wider bed and multiple small holes or a one big hole. This encourages more even surface level extraction. The whole top of the bed gets saturated. However, they can sometimes struggle vertically, meaning your top layer might be under-extracted while the bottom gets overdone. The cone gives central channeling, bright and layered cup, while the flat gives surface level evenness, rounder and sweeter. Both have pros and cons, neither it's better, it's just different. Filter shape and water flow. Now a fun one. Filter design and how it affects your brew. Ever notice those crimped flower edges on Kalita filters? They actually promote bypass if you pour water too close to them. It skips the coffee completely. And in cone drippers, if your filter isn't fully secured to the wall, you're leaving room for uneven flow. Pre-wetting your filter helps it stick and reduces air gaps that cause inconsistent bypass. Real-life taste test, flat versus cone. So I run another brew test, same coffee, same dose, same grind size, same filter paper, same everything. We brewed one in a flat bottom dripper and one in cone. Then I measured the TDS, or total dissolved solids, using a refractometer. And guess what? They were identical, like down to the 100. But the cups, totally different. The flat bottom dripper is smoother, sweeter, more rounded, while the cone dripper is brighter, more acidity, and more complexity. This proves something important. Same extraction yield doesn't mean same flavor. It's about how and when that extraction happens within the bed. Prioritizing your variables. So what should you focus on when dialing in your brew? Here's a hierarchy of brewing variables in order of what makes the biggest impact on flavor. First is the roast level. This sets your flavor ceiling. Second is the recipe and ratio. Your coffee to water ratio balance really matters. Next is basket geometry. Yep, your brewer shape ranks above grind size. Next is grind size. It is important, but it only works if the above are dialed. And next is brew time and brew temperature. So before you chase the perfect grind setting, make sure you are using the right brewer for your goals, your roast, and your preferred taste profile. At the end of the day, no dripper is perfect. Each one shapes water flow, bypass, and extraction in its own unique way. So if you're using a flat bottom dripper, embrace that balance and sweetness. If you love the cone, work with its clarity and brightness. But most importantly, brew intentionally. Understand what your tools are doing and why. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives, and drop a comment below. Do you prefer flat or cone, and why? Let's brew and let's talk. Until next time, happy brewing!